Yeah, give me a second and I will have my ducks in a row. I'm slow. Live. Copy. Facebook. So I'll put it in the chat for y'all. All right. Welcome to Operation Crimson Tide. Early Allies Turn 2. U.S., UK, China. From the volcano lair in Kansas City, Missouri. I am your General Crowbar. Good morning. Evening. It's 9. Okay, the U.S. had 56 to spend. They saved $1. Going to buy a carrier and 2 fighters, 2 subs, and a destroyer. Um, it's just going to be short. The U.S. and UK and China. No, there's no combat. There's some convoys to roll. So since everything's non-combat, I'm just going to kind of merge the turns because it doesn't really matter. I'm not shooting anything. And then Britain is buying 2 factories, 2 fighters, and infantry and artillery, and everybody's buying tech. Obviously, well, shit, I forgot to buy tech for the U.S. So 4, so that's a destroyer. So 1 sub 6 leaves me 2. Well, that's annoying. So carrier, fire, attack. That makes it 37. Whoopsie. Actually, no. Yeah. I'm gonna switch that. So I'll just save $1 again. Probably get it convoyed, but we'll see. So yeah, take the fighter out, take 1 sub out, and put a tactical in. Okay. That's silly of me, but Sub destroyer tech. All right, cool. Yes. So that's it for the UK. China has 13 to spend. They're going to buy 3 infantry and 1 artillery. All right. Main camera. I'll start with the US. Oh, I dropped my stuff. That's the buys. Right there. And all my junk behind it. Okay. Over here, we are going to take a more aggressive posture. We're going to move the fleet out to Hawaii. This cruiser here in P-23 is going to come out. The transport from P-23 is going to come out. It's going to land the tank and the infantry on Hawaii. The 2 transports, this whole fleet's coming. I'm just going to keep them organized. The 2 transports are going to pick up an infantry, 2 artillery, drop them out here. Um, Actually, an infantry and a mech. So 2 more cruisers will come out, 2 destroyers, 2 subs, 2 big boys, 2 carriers with 3 fighters and a tactical. The 2 fighters from the western U.S. are going to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 and land in Hawaii and be scrambleable. The fighter from Guam Actually, one of the fighters from the carriers is going to land in Hawaii. The fighter from Guam is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and land on the carrier. And that's it. There. The bomber from the Western U.S. is going to go pick up 2 infantry and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and land in London. He is an air transport. Oh, I've got one mech over here. He's going to step into Colombia and take that for America. You know, once you get a taste for invading Central or South American countries, it never goes away. Take that how you will. So I think that's it for the U.S. That destroyer is going to stay. Those things in the U.S. are going to stay. And I don't have anything anywhere else that's American. The 2 guys in the Philippines are stuck. So I'm going to put. Well, since I had to scale it back, I'm just going to put it all on the West Coast. All right, so that's a carrier with a fighter and a tactical bomber. A destroyer and a submarine. So U.S. disposition. 2 AAA and an artillery in the Western U.S. 1 mech in Colombia. In P7, a sub, a destroyer, a carrier, a fighter, and a tactical. Um, Here in P25, I have 2 carriers, 3 fighters, a tactical, 2 battleships, 3 transports, 3 cruisers, 2 destroyers, 2 subs. On Hawaii proper, I have 3 fighters that will scramble if you come calling. Don't even bother asking; they're going to scramble. A tank, a mech, an artillery, and 4 infantry. We've got 2 infantry in the Philippines, and air transport, 2 infantry in London. Destroyer off the East Coast, 2 mechs, 2 AAA in the East. No oil in Colombia. That's no, yeah, but there's marching powder down there, man. That's worth some money. I mean, hey, look, the dude bought himself a pardon with cocaine money, so you know. Anyway, so that's the U.S. The U.S. 55, and I saved $1, and I got a roll. I'll do the rolling and the money at the end, since I got a roll for both. Okay, United Kingdom. Like I say, no attacks. Those guys are going to stay there. Everybody's going to stay there. Cairo is untenable, so I'm going to back out of there. I'm going to leave 1 guy as a speed bump and move everybody into Transjordan, the 2 fighters included. So that's 2 artillery, a fighter in attack, 3 infantry moving back, 1 infantry left as a speed bump in Egypt. The tank and the mech from Iraq will move forward into Transjordan. The artillery from Iran will move up into Iraq. From India, 1 infantry will rail 1, 2, 3 into Iraq. This fleet, this destroyer in A51 can move 3. He's going to go 1, 2, 3 up into here. Everything here is going to move off of India. And then, yeah, there's that. Over here, the tank from Thailand is going to go 1, 2 into Yunnan. AAA from Burma up into Yunnan. Let's see. Two infantry from Thailand will move into Burma. Two infantry from into East Burma. Two from East Burma will move into Burma, and two from East Burma will move into Yunnan. One infantry, one artillery will move up into Burma. Nope, never mind. Stay in there. Got transports to fill. That's it. All right. So the fighter that I'm dropping in India is going to go ahead and land on the carrier. Actually, no, he's going to stay here and scramble if he has to. One factory in Iraq, one factory in Iran. Let's get it on. And then a fighter and an infantry and artillery will go into London. I think that pretty much makes it free of worry from that giant German menace there. But if you want to test it, come on over. Okay, China is not going to attack anything either. They're going to move one infantry. Oops, that's a dude. One up into Xinjiang, so they're going to go up one. And that's it. They're going to drop their 3 infantry and an artillery. So there's 3, 4, 5. There's another 5 chip. And then another artillery into Yunnan. Everything's going there. And so China has 3 infantry in Xinjiang, 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 infantry, 2 artillery, and a fighter in Yunnan. And that's it for China. Now let's roll some convoys. Okay. The red are the Japanese convoy off the Philippines. The black is the Germans off of the UK. So the Japanese get $2 from America, and the Germans get $1 from the UK. So convoy damage -2, which is all I could lose. 2. Okay, formula's in there, so that cuts that out. And UK loses 1. Okay. So let me do the money. I think that's what it's on. All right. The UK. Oh, shit. I lost Kenya and Anglo, too. All right. 41 plus the 4 and 4 from Iraq and Iran. $1 for North Indo. $1 for Thailand. -5 in losses plus another $1. So on my IPC tracker, I'm at 42. And I will have 45 to spend next turn. China has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6. 6 divided by 3 is 2. I think that's 2 times 4. Is how that works. Two for every 3. Yeah, so 6. Oops, wrong one. So yeah, that'd be $4. So China's at 6 on the IPC tracker. with a $4 bonus, 10 to spend next turn. The U.S. 55 has lost no money, except lost $2 bonus. We got 15 for the yearly bonus, 15 for territory, and 10 for the war bonds. So 55 still on the IPC tracker, and 94 to spend next turn. And that is it for the early allies. Have a good night. It's 15 minutes. A little long. Oh, whatever. See you guys.